Okay, so a few activists from Freedom Not Frontex Vienna left Austria towards Hungary on Saturday because we wanted to support the marches that we heard of from refugees in Hungary towards Austria and Germany. The first stop that we planned was basically to come towards the Hungarian-Austrian border between Hege Shalom and Nickelsdorf. We've been there, but on Saturday we realized that there are many other activists who followed us in a whole convoy of cars with support from Austria to go to Hege Shalom and support people crossing the border. And that was the time when we made the decision, as we heard of people having really big troubles in Röszke, to just move there. So we've arrived to Röszke camp when did we arrive? On Sunday, and stayed there the whole day. We didn't realize immediately that it wasn't a free space for them. It wasn't like a space where they could make a break, rest, and continue their journey. What happens there is that police is all around and that they are like by force being held there. The next step that the police is doing is they leave the people there until buses come to pick them up and bring them to registration camp, which is some minutes away from it.
Well, I think in Austria the first big outcry was when this car with 71 people on the highway in Nickelsdorf was standing there with 71 people dead. This led to the first outcry. Many people started to realize that border politics like they are now are just killing. They are trying to stop migration, and trying to stop migration is always leading to death.
Going on there, we heard about the place from through social media, and that there was something like a hole in Fortress Europe at the Serbian-Hungarian border, where refugees would pass through train tracks. We heard that there was repression by police, and that mostly it was families, children, and a lot of sick people, old people, big groups, families, as said, passing there. We had a full car with donations that we wanted to bring to Hege Shalom and the Austrian-Hungarian border before, but we realized there's like whole chains of cars from Vienna coming there and donating. So we just decided 2 days ago to go to Röszke. We are not sure how the situation of Dublin deportations from Austria to Hungary changed during the last few days. We are a little bit skeptical around the huge euphoria in, let's say, in Austria, in Germany, and in Hungary by activists who kind of spread through social media that Dublin 3 has been stopped by refugees crossing borders and open borders between Hungary and Austria. As the Ministry of Interior of Austria basically immediately, after realizing refugees are marching towards Austria, said that Dublin deportations to Hungary will still take place. So we're having a situation where thousands of people are marching towards Austria, towards Germany. They hear that Germany allows them, if they are Syrians, to come and won't deport them back. It seems like Austria lets people pass through, be it with buses, private transport, or marches. But still kind of we are worried that people are being forced to register in Röszke, in the registration camps, passing through Austria, could face Dublin deportations back to Hungary.
Yes, there's definitely a resistance because when people should be deported back to Hungary, most of the people disappear into another country and don't let those deportations happen. Other people, like we had those with Dublin deportations to Bulgaria, they just stand up in the plane and don't let they are not letting the plane start with this, and so that deportation cannot take place. There are lots of different ways to resist Dublin deportations. We once visited a friend of us who was deported back to Hungary by an illegal Dublin deportation, which was actually not covered by law. And he was in near Bator. There he told us that Hungarian police is going through refugees in their chambers every week with tear gas, and that they saw one person who was beaten and still wasn't back from hospital 30 days after. So there's a very bad treatment of refugees in Hungary.
What is going on at the Austrian border is that the police asks them whether they want to ask for asylum in Austria and Germany. If they say they want to go to Germany, they're being brought to Vienna, from where trains are leaving towards Germany. If they say they want to stay in Austria, they are brought to police stations where they are registered. And it's there where they have to give the fingerprints, and where the Austrian police will see that they have been already registered in Hungary at the registration camp, let's say in Röszke. So here, I think it will be very difficult to follow up what the Austrian police is doing, and it won't be immediate Dublin deportations back to Hungary, as we know that this will really take a while. It's a very long procedure. But we cannot say at this moment that there won't be any deportations back to Hungary of those people who are now arriving and are being warmly welcomed at the train stations. It could be that those people will be sent back.